Greetings. This isn't your weekly note, but this is just a quick discussion or a quick informational video about your rubric. I've put a fair amount of time into the rubric and thinking about what I want from your writing and how I can create a tool that allows you to know the expectations and then helps guide you as we go through the semester to get better at your writing. So the rubric is going to measure you on 5 different areas, in 5 different areas. The first one is focus. And focus is this. Are you answering the question that has been asked you? So 1, are you answering the question? 2, are you able to put the question in the context of what we're doing, in the context of the material for the course, and for the week, or for the course in a larger sense? So the first thing is focus. The second thing is analysis, and what I'm looking for here is originality in your thinking and also the ability to see both sides of an argument. I don't want your analysis to be biased, I don't want it to be one-sided. So as you think about the question and as you think about your response to it, take in as many varying sides as you can. And a word that I use there is varying and differing perspectives that are incorporated. So you are giving an analysis that is as balanced and has the least amount of bias in it that you can muster. Third is evidence, and the word here is relevant. The analysis you have needs to be supported by a higher voice, if you will. A credible news source, a first-person reporter, some credible, a scholar, maybe a historian, an international relations expert. Those are relevant sources. Your grandmother at the dinner table probably is not what we're looking for. So the third thing, evidence, is it relative and is it linked to answering the question? The fourth thing is synthesis, and really what I'm looking for there is connections. This week I have been making little connections in your daily notes. You're dealing with Iraq, and you should by now know the split between Sunni and Shiite. In Lebanon, which has seen protests this week, there's also an issue between the Sunni and Shiites. And so if you're looking at Lebanon and you know about Iraq, you should be making connections between those two situations to see, 1, what are the similarities, and 2, and maybe more importantly, what are the differences between Lebanon and Iraq in their geographic location, in their demographic breakdown, in their governmental organization. So you are synthesizing and make connections across situations. The final thing is to look at implications. So we've answered the question, we've given a balanced analysis, we've provided evidence that supports our analysis, and we've made connections where possible, and now the fifth part is implications. What the heck does this all mean? And where is this going? In this case, you take a look at Lebanon once again. What does Lebanon protests mean in the context of the greater Middle East and in the context of the revolution that we talked about in Tunisia, that we mentioned in Egypt, and now in today's teacher note in Yemen? So 1, focus. 2, analysis. 3, evidence. 4, synthesis. 5 is implications. What does it mean for the future? The 4 things that we're looking to do in international relations, for goals, if you will, is we want to be able to describe a situation. What happened? Explain it. Why did it happen? And then the more difficult part, and the first 2, especially explain, difficult. International relations is unbelievably complex. So it's difficult to accurately explain a situation. But then we get to the next part, predict. What's going to happen next? And then the beauty of international relations, kids, in my eyes, is that the fourth part, the fourth thing we want to be able to do is to prescribe and to put policy into place that makes people's lives better, that solves situations that are very complex and very difficult. And that to me is the magic in it, is that it's about action, you know, international relations. So the implications part, we're predicting what's going to happen, what this is going to mean for the future, and then we get to the point where we can give some policy prescriptions to make people's lives better. A couple other things I want to clear up. Your rubric that you will receive today, along with this video, is going to grade 2 of your 4 writings a week. Your first, generally this is the way it will work out. Your first online discussion will be, if you do it, you'll get credit. Your second online discussion, generally, if you do it, you will get credit. It's more of a participative assessment, if you will. The third online discussion usually is going to be a little bit more developed, and that one will be graded with the rubric. But I will let you know in your daily or your weekly breakdown which ones are going to be graded. For this week, it's the third online discussion, which is due on Monday, and then your journal will always be assessed through this rubric. A couple other points. One is that your writing right now probably will not be as strong as it will be at the end. I'm looking for improvement. So my assessment in the beginning, and I will give you short narratives about your writing, about your journal specifically, but the purpose is to see growth and to use the rubric as a tool to help you grow as a writer and a thinker. So the grades my grading will consistently become more stringent as we move through and as I expect to see progress. The final thing that I will say, your journal entries should never be over a page, single spaced, and that's a lot. So that makes it even more difficult, your writing, because you have to do the 5 things in a short amount of time. You don't have 20 pages to get this done. So it forces you to be selective and really focus your answer. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I've written a fair amount, and I've been around a lot of people who write really well, and they are able to break down information quickly and put it into a concise format and provide it in a way that is manageable and that is very effective. And that's really what we're working for with our writing for you. Okay, so online discussions 1 and 2 both should be done today, and I've just been looking at the Facebook post, and people are moving along. Those should be done by tonight. Journal and online discussion 3 should be done 11:59 your time, wherever you may be, on Monday. Okay? I wish you a terrific weekend. Take care, and we'll be in touch on Tuesday morning. My cameraman left, and so I'm going to have to stand up and turn off the camera. Have a good weekend.